Hey all, here OS Reviews. You're watching our hands-on review of the W5S. This is another pair of true wireless earbuds which are affordable, sells for around 40 bucks and under, and uses the latest Bluetooth 5.0 standard. So what makes this interesting compared to some of the other cheaper TWS earbuds that we've seen already is really how small the battery case is. So by mini, this thing is absolutely tiny. So in terms of the packaging contents here, if we just take out the battery case here, for comparison, these are the Apple AirPods. So really in terms of the dimensions and the size, they are actually a little bit smaller than the Apple AirPods, and it's a lot smaller than many of the other TWS cases that we've seen recently. So if you want to travel really light, this is a ultra tiny battery case design to consider. But the downside, of course, is because it is a lot smaller, it also has a smaller capacity. The battery case can only get you about 3 charges when on the go, but each charge will give the earbuds about 4 hours of playback time. So you get about 12 hours of combined battery usage out of this particular model. So other packaging contents include a micro USB cable for charging the battery case and some spare silicone tips. So if we take a closer look at the design again, really it's tiny, it's actually very cute looking. So if you just want something that's ultra small when away and on the road, then this might be something to consider. Otherwise, it's extremely lightweight as well. And on the back here, we just have a small micro USB port for charging, some status LEDs that will glow for the left and right earbuds when they're being charged independently, and that's it. The door itself is opened up magnetically, and the case itself is made entirely out of polycarbonate plastic, but there's also a version that has aluminum that's wrapped on the outside, which is a little bit more expensive. So there is a bit more of a premium edition, so to speak, that goes for about $10 more. Now, opening up the lid, we have access just to the earbuds, and when you open it up, they automatically turn to life, and they will automatically turn off when you pop the earbuds back into the case. They're held into place magnetically, and they just begin charging as well. Again, here's the battery case next to the MPOW T6, which are already pretty small and compact, but these are just even smaller. There's really just space for the earbuds itself, and that's pretty much it. Now, the design of the earbuds are not the most special thing in the world. They're pretty generic looking, not as small as the case, but overall it's functional, has kind of a teardrop shape to them, and there's additional status lights. This isn't a capacitive key, but rather it's a physical button that you have to press on if you want to play and pause the music or answer and reject a phone call with the built-in microphones. The case does not include any rubber wings or special attachments to make them more resistant to falling out. So overall, I would say that these are good for casual listening, great for walking around, but they're not great for sports and vigorous exercising because if you shake your head around a lot, there's not quite as much resistance on these. Moving into audio quality and performance, they sound pleasant, but nothing extraordinary, which is to say, very average for Bluetooth 5.0 earbuds. Thankfully, the average is already really good. TWS earbuds have advanced significantly compared to Bluetooth 4.0 generation earbuds. They have almost perfect latency now, so you can play and pause a track really quickly, and the audio and the video stay synced, so you can watch a movie on YouTube and everything is just perfect, and there's no random drops or disconnections. Furthermore, bass is also present, so for earbuds, it's actually pretty surprising. You can hear a lot of punch and oomph in the lower frequencies. Mids and highs are also pleasant and pretty clean sounding. So for the average consumer, you should be quite pleased with the sound quality on these. I would say they are pretty similar to the Apple AirPods. There's not really a huge difference, again, with these Bluetooth 5.0 generation earbuds. Across the board, I've been pretty pleased. There has yet to be a pair that has super disappointed me in terms of the quality. Maybe they're not quite audiophile grade or as good as wired earbuds in terms of detail and technical resolution, but in terms of just casual listening to music, for pop, for rock, for podcasts, they actually do a very good job. So that's more or less it as far as just our hands-on review of these W5S Bluetooth 5.0 TWS earbuds. Again, really the main selling point here is just how small this package is. It truly is one of the smallest battery cases that I've seen. It's not just a clone or an exact replica of the Apple AirPods. So I do like the fact that they went in a pretty different direction here for the design. Sound quality is also quite good. Of course, downsides would be because it really is so small, you don't get as many charge cycles with the battery case as on some of its competitors at the same price. So for some of the models we've seen, like the aforementioned Soundpeats, these can get you maybe 100+ hours on a single go, whereas again, these would be only about 15 hours. Overall, again, it is a trade-off, but if you want something small and portable, this could be worth a closer look. You can learn more details in the links down below, but for now, that's been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews. That's been the W5S.